Alright, my name is Amin and I'm a tutor and an examiner at this center known as the ateamacademy. We deal with people sitting exams and getting tutoring without super specialized tutors on board here. In fact, we've created this channel to bring you guys the latest advice on exams, studying tips and general well-being as a young person. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can stay ahead of the game. Okay, year 10, so I finally get to reach you guys. Firstly, let's not even shy away from this and make it very clear from the get-go. You guys are no longer considered as year 10s. That ended back in March, and since schools aren't realistically going to be open again until September, that now officially makes you the next set of year 11. Now, I don't know whether you're currently clued up about the situation, but for a lot of the current year 11s, this isn't going to be a pleasant ride, especially because their grades are going to be based on teachers' estimations on how they would have performed in the actual GCSE exams. Now, some of you are thinking, well, that's sorted then, as teachers have got your back. Well, not quite, as teachers have to base these grades on the work that these students have been doing throughout the year, and this includes classwork, homework, mock exams, etc. And we all know just how seriously everyone takes all of these things, right? And that's precisely why not all of these students would be quote-unquote sorted. As you can imagine, a lot of people would be awarded grades that will be mismatched. Just wait and see what unfolds, and remember that Amin said it here first. So what does that mean for you? Aside from the fact that you're going to be missing school for the next 6 months overall, this also means at least a term and a half has been knocked out from your GCSE curriculum. If this was year 7, 8 or 9, then it's not such a big blow, but who's going to make up for that gap that you missed out on? And year 11 is already a pretty tight year as it gets, and on top of that, I can't imagine everyone being on top of the game when they return back to school. Teachers have it tough. You guys are also going to have extra pressure on your backs to get through the entire year. See, right now it may seem all chill, but as you're on your way to becoming a mature young adult, you'll realize very quickly that every action has a consequence. So if you don't step up for yourself now, then don't be surprised by the time schools open, you'll be lagging right behind. And don't be expecting any special handouts, as there'll be no time for that. The onus is still on you, and there are things you could be doing right now. Look, I'm not here to lecture you in terms of how important these exams are. In fact, I recently made an update for year 11s, which you can go ahead and check out in the link above. And in that, I made a relevant point, which I'll also share with you, and that is exams come and go, and that's become a part of our day-to-day lives. But the GCSEs isn't just an ordinary set of exams. It's the first official exams that you'll get to take as a young adult, and also it's something that will stay with you for years and years to come. That seriously does not change. Adults still talk about the GCSEs and how they wished they paid more attention. But look, forget all of their regrets. What I'm trying to say is, for the past 5 years of your life, you showed up to this school whether you like to or not. It's still a part of your life and part of your story. For some of you, naturally you'd want to do well, but for the others that really regard all of this as a waste of time, and in all respect, it could very well be. I'm not going to even bother trying to change your minds about that. Look, even as an examiner, I don't really like exams. One thing that I have to admit is when you do go through the process, it teaches you things that you wouldn't have known or even learnt about yourself. And this is what the current year 11s are going to miss out on, and most definitely this will impact their futures in some form or another. I'm not even referring to the grades here. I'm talking about skills that schools don't necessarily teach, like self-management, discipline, motivation, learning to pick yourself up when you're down, self-reflection, and so on and so on. These are critical things that you won't be pushed into developing should you not be forced into doing things, something like the GCSE exams. But no one says this outright. And this is why I'm here telling you that it does matter whether you want to get a grade 1 or even a grade 9. It all starts from you adopting these skills into your life. Ask anyone, even those without a formal education, and if they become somewhat successful in their lives, I can pretty much guarantee that they have had to learn this the hard way and make up for the gap that they've lost out from education and cover it through sheer hard work. And all of this comes from simple soft skills that I am referring to, that you can learn and start applying into your own lives to build up for your exams. Anyway, if you don't wish to be at a disadvantage, then start getting ahead with your work now. There are tons and tons of resources online that you can start utilizing, and we have in fact completed our online program, which will be released very soon. And in fact, if you're a subscriber to this channel, you'll be amongst the first to be notified of this. So there's another bonus reason as to why you should consider subscribing to this channel. This is a great time to develop into a well-grounded young person. You may not be able to do anything about the current situation, but you can certainly do things that can shape you and your future. I mentioned in my video on productivity, which you can also check out in order to remain productive and motivated during these difficult times. And on that note, I hope you can understand where I am coming from. One of the things actually that I've advised our students here at A-Team is, instead of doing all of your GCSEs in one go, it may prove to be a lot more manageable and flexible if you spread some of your exams out. There are exam series that take place in November, January, and of course May and June. The point that I'm trying to make is that looking at the current situation, and by not having options already in place for students, has caused such a disruption of this magnitude. And this is why I've expressed this many times in the past, that our system here in the UK needs a little bit of an update. Again, feel free to share your thoughts down below. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel. My name is Amin, and I will catch up with you another time.